Welcome to the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show, a real estate investment program. Listen and learn how to use real estate to build wealth and passive income streams for you and your family. We bring you experts every day to discuss and answer your questions on everything from single-family homes all the way up to 600-plus unit apartment complexes. And now, the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show.
Welcome to the show. My name is Al Gordon, and as always, I'm working on your financial freedom. As a matter of fact, there's a whole bunch of people working on your financial freedom right now because as I speak, our annual Wealth and Passive Income EXPO is happening. It is happening. Now, I will tell you, we haven't kicked off everything 100% yet. Everything doesn't kick off until Thursday, but for certain people that decided they wanted to get a head start, we're actually running what we call our Masters Road Trip. Yeah, and the Masters Road Trip is designed to let people like you and me included, because I've actually gone on one of these things. Actually, I've been on two of these things. It gives us an opportunity to look inside the world of multifamily investing without actually going across the line. Does that make sense? Yeah, it gives us a chance to view, to analyze, to appreciate, to understand the world of multifamily investing. And the people that are currently on that tour right now, they're going to 4 different apartment communities. Now, these apartment communities are not owned by Lifestyles Unlimited. No, Lifestyles Unlimited owns 0, you heard me correctly, 0 real estate assets. Yeah, it's an education and mentoring company. That's what Lifestyles Unlimited does. Yeah, they taught me how to correctly invest in real estate, and they'll teach you how to do it too. And what they're doing right now is they're teaching individuals that want to understand the multifamily investing world, how it all works. And this is the best kind of teaching because we put these people on a commercial bus. A commercial bus, with the nicer reclining chairs and things like that and the TV screens. Yeah, it's a little bit nicer. We also put our multifamily mentors on those buses. And we put our operations consultants on those buses. And Dell himself, the founder and CEO of Lifestyles Unlimited, he got on one of those buses. And he is going around with all of those individuals looking at real estate that Lifestyles Unlimited members have bought, renovated, put back into service, and more importantly, increase the value of those assets in the shortest amount of time possible. So the people that go to these different properties are going to have an opportunity to get off that bus, be greeted by the Lifestyles Unlimited lead investor who's going to walk them through the entire property. It's basically a hold your hand, let me take you through this property, let me tell you why I bought this property, let me tell you what it was that attracted me to this property, let me tell you what I've done since I've owned this property, let me point out all these major renovations that I've done over here, all these major renovations I've done over there, and let me, more importantly, direct you to the financials so that you can see how financially I am repositioning this asset in the marketplace. And as a result of repositioning that asset, the value goes up. This is how we make money in real estate. And it's not just based on the fact that the value of the property goes up. That's just one way we make money in real estate. See, there's another component out there that's very, very important. You're not used to it because what you're doing for investing right now, it doesn't pay you this component. You want to know what it is? It's cash flow. Yeah, it's cash flow. You heard me correctly, cash flow. It's a foreign concept, isn't it? And the reason it's a foreign concept is because whatever you're doing for investing now, whatever assets you're buying, those assets are probably sitting in a retirement account, meaning if any of those assets do provide any form of cash flow, that cash flow has to go into that retirement account. You're not allowed to touch it. so that that retirement account will build over time, so that maybe 30, 40 years from now, you'll have a big nest egg of money that you can try and live off of. Well, we don't do that. We don't do that at all at Lifestyles Unlimited. No, we believe in not saving for our future. We believe in buying assets that start paying us today that will assist us with our future in the future. Yeah. So all these people on this master's road trip, they're literally getting a PhD level education in owning and operating real estate effectively. Yeah, you heard me correctly. Effectively. And I'll tell you what, one day, just one day on that bus will change your life. It will radically change your life. It will expose you to things that nobody ever has bothered to expose you to. See, you think that retirement is doing what you're told. You think retirement is getting that dream job. And along with that dream job, you get that 401k, right? And some of you got IRAs out there. Try retiring off of an IRA. Yeah, IRAs, first of all, if you even look at an IRA and you look at the limitation with regards to how much money you can put into that IRA, and if you just do simple math, multiply it by 30. Take 1 year's worth of contributions. Multiply that by 30. And then figure out how you're going to live off of that. Even at today's cost of living, figure out how you're going to live off of that. Because what do they give you, like, I don't know, 5,500, 6,500? I don't even, I used to know these numbers. I used to know them because I actually had these things, but I don't have these things anymore because they're ineffective. They're totally ineffective. The people on that bus tour right now are learning the essentials of well, I don't know how to say it other than it's a combat multiplier. It's a combat multiplier. Yeah, they're seeing assets right now that are producing much better returns than anything they've ever done in their current portfolio. And minds are changing. I guarantee you minds are changing. We come back from the break, I'm going to give you some tips as to what to expect tomorrow. Stick around.
Welcome back to the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show. Now, let's get back to your map to financial freedom.
Welcome back to the show. All right, there's a bunch of people hanging out on a bus today, and they are learning some amazing things. They are understanding that there's a completely different way to achieve retirement than anything that they have done before. That by investing correctly in residential income-producing properties, they can achieve retirement in the next 5 years, as opposed to what they're currently doing now, which for most Americans is a 30 to 40, and in some cases, 50-year grind. It's a grind. What you're doing for retirement right now, it's a grind. There's no other way to describe it. Here's what they've done to you. Who are they? Oh, okay. They are all the people in the financial services industry and all the people in government that are telling you how to retire. And they're wrong. Every one of them is wrong. And here's why I know it. Statistically. Go get your own stats. You don't have to use my stats, but I'm going to throw some stats at you that may make you go, oh, he actually did some research for a change. 9 out of 10 Americans fail, you heard me correctly, fail to achieve retirement status. Does that mean 9 out of 10 Americans, their boss didn't let them retire? No, that's not what it means. It means 9 out of 10 Americans got to a place in their life where the government said, you're old enough to retire. And they went ahead and pulled the trigger. They retired. They stopped working. And their life isn't that good anymore. No, because now they've moved away from whatever income streams that they did have to living off of a bag of money that they'd saved an entire lifetime for, only to find out that bag of money is not big enough to support them in their lifestyle choices later in life. You heard me correctly. 9 out of 10 Americans fail to retire with income streams that are equal or greater than what they earned when they were working. That is terrible. That's terrible. Pick your 9 closest friends. Go ahead, pick your 9 closest friends. Now, which one of you is going to retire with the amount of passive income that you used to make or bring in when you were working, but you're bringing it in still now that you're retired, and the other 9 of you, you're going to have to go live with your kids. Yeah. Or maybe become dependent on the government. Yeah. I'm serious. Look, I am not telling you this stuff because I want to be the child. Who's the kid that cried wolf? Yeah, the kid that cried wolf, right? Yeah, everybody say, hey, crying wolf, and then nobody believed him after a while, right? And then eventually the wolf showed up and things were bad. Well, I'm not crying wolf. I'm crying something different. I'm actually trying to get your attention. Because right now, as we speak, 9 out of 10 of retirees in America are wondering what went wrong. That's exactly what they're thinking. They're wondering what went wrong. And for those retirees that not more than 6 months ago were getting by, they were doing okay. They were covering down on their expenses. And then what happened? Russia decided to finally get around to invading Ukraine, right? We saw inflationary pressures prior to that invasion start, and they're being exacerbated by that invasion. The cost of everything is going up. Period. End of story. That's all you see in the news. Everybody is fixated on the price of gas. And rightfully so, because the price of gas is actually nested in just about everything that you and I consume. Just about everything that you eat has to be transported to you. You don't go out to the fields and pick your own fruits and vegetables. No, somebody does that for you. They put it on a truck, winds up in your supermarket, which, by the way, you had to get in your vehicle to drive to and drive back from. Do you see how that cost of fuel is impacting on everything that we do? And what that means is those people that were just barely getting by 6 months ago, it's much harder for them now. Have you heard anything in the news, anything at all, that discussed wages keeping up with inflationary principles? Have you? Haven't heard it at all. I've been looking for it, don't see it. Checking my news feeds. Nope. Nobody has gone out and decided, you know what, I'm going to give my employees a 20% raise so that we can counteract inflation. It didn't happen, did it? Employers don't. Come on, really? They don't go out and give you wage raises just because inflation's going up. Now, they may calculate that into a future event, but they're just not going to willy-nilly, a quarter of the way into 2022, decide, oh, well, inflation's at 7.9%. So here, let's give you 20% so that you're going to be okay. That's not how it works. So you're paying more for everything. I'm paying more for everything. But here's the thing. The asset class that I am investing in is going up in value. And it's actually doing better than inflation. And here's the other thing. My income streams, my cash flow income streams, are based off of the operations of those properties. You take a look at all the income, you pay all the expenses, whatever is left over is called net operating income. You use that to determine value based on prevailing capitalization rates. Then you take off your debt service, your principal and interest costs, and whatever is left over is cash flow. And ironically, in the real estate world, especially in the residential income real estate world, we are watching rents go up. And it's not because landlords are deciding, well, I'm just going to charge more. It's because of what's going on in the marketplace. It's a supply and demand function. And there are many, many places in this country that are reeling from a lack of qualified inventory, a lack of qualified housing. And as a result, people are willing to pay more. And you tack that onto inflation. Do you see why I'm not worried about inflation? Because my income streams are doing better than inflation. All right, when we come back from the break, I got to tell you about the Expo because I kind of forgot to. So stick around. You're not going to want to miss this.
Now, from the files of Del Walmsley.
I own an apartment complex. That's what I do for a living. And we have employees. And needless to say, many of our maintenance men are Hispanic. Many of our leasing agents are Hispanic. And we've gone to them and offered them insurance plans. The insurance plan costs $600 a month. We'll pay $300 if you pay $300. I think we even offered to pay $400 if they pay $200, something like that. You know what their answer was? Every single one of them said, I don't want it. They don't want insurance. People don't value insurance when they're young. And so they never get used to buying it. It's not a part of their cost of living. So when you get older, especially if you're a labor worker, and life starts to take a toll on you, you're really kind of in trouble now. Now you're forced to continue to work. Why? Because you've never put that into your cost of living. You've never learned to pay for insurance. I was lucky. I started my retirement plan at 27, retired by the time I was 34. And at 34, I figured I don't have insurance. But then you got to go out and buy insurance. And I went out and bought insurance and just paid for insurance. That's all I did. I said, well, how did you pay for that? It's called making money.
More of the Lifestyles Investor Show is coming up.
Warning, listening to the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show will change your life. We will teach you how to create wealth and passive income so you can be financially free. And now, back to your host.
Welcome back to the show. All right, so I promised I was going to talk about Expo, and I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to get off my little my rant soapbox, and I'm going to tell you about all the really cool things that are going to transpire tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, trust me, you do not want to miss this Expo event. Now, if you're in the city of Houston, you have no excuse. This thing is in your backyard. As a matter of fact, we're doing it at the George R. Brown Convention Center. You know where that's at. I mean, everybody in Houston knows where that's at, right? Of course you do. So that's where we're going to be. Technically, we're there already, but starting tomorrow, that's when we really open up all the doors. And we're going to be going large and in charge all the way late into the evening on Saturday. Yeah, this is literally 72 hours of in-your-face real estate investing, education, networking, mentoring. It's one-stop shop. It's like taking all of Lifestyles Unlimited, putting it into a blender, and then pouring it out on the George R. Brown Convention Center, and then you get Expo. Because we get so much done in a 3-day period. And this year, we've actually expanded the educational course offerings that we provide. We actually added an additional day of educational opportunities. You know why we did it? Because our members said they wanted it. Yeah, our members said, hey, at the last Expo, there was a lot of great stuff. There just wasn't enough time for me to do all the things that I wanted to do. So I had to pick, my top 2/3, and that 1/3 had to go on the back burner. And you know what Del Walmsley said to that? We ain't doing that. No, we're going to give you all 3 segments. And that's part of the reason we've expanded Expo to an extra day of educational content, because some of the educational content that you wanted to go to was possibly competing with another course that you wanted to take, but they were going at the same time in 2 separate locations. Now, I don't know about you, but I have not been able to figure out how to replicate my being and be in 2 places at once. I haven't figured that out yet. So the solution is we're just going to offer some of those courses multiple times, so that if they do conflict with other courses that maybe you're interested in, not a problem. It'll be offered at a different time that potentially doesn't conflict with that course. So you're probably wondering, okay, so what is it you guys do there at this Expo thing? Is everybody just drinking? Okay, well, there is a little bit of that. There's some partying that goes on there. As a matter of fact, we throw some pretty incredible parties. Yeah, we throw some pretty incredible parties because that's part of the culture at Lifestyles Unlimited. We're all about having fun. We're all about living a lifestyle that we've designed for ourselves. And even if we haven't gotten to that point where we're living that lifestyle we've designed for ourselves, we're on the path to creating that lifestyle. And our next stop is retirement. Not 30 years from now, not 40 years from now, 5 years or less from now. So some of the courses that you're going to be exposed to, I'll just tell you what they are. Let's just go there, shall we? Have you ever wondered if you can buy 10 single-family houses in a year? Have you ever wondered that? I mean, you've heard us talk about that on this show. I know I've talked about it. I've brought people on this show many times that have talked to you about how they use single-family to achieve retirement. Now, you might be thinking, you've heard things that say you can only own a certain number of single families. And you know what? You've heard correctly. There are entities out there that tell you you can only own a certain number of single-family properties. Do you know why they're telling you that? It's based on their metrics, not your metrics. So when somebody tells you that you can only own, say, 3 single-family properties or 4 single-family properties, my suggestion to you is this: step away from those people, because they're only interested in whatever it is they're interested in. They're not interested in helping you achieve wealth. See, one of our vendors, AMP Lending, they're going to give a class on how to buy 10 single-family houses in 10 months. And I'll just be honest with you, they're going to destroy that myth. Yeah, they're going to destroy that myth that says there are limitations on the number of properties you can own. As a matter of fact, they're going to show you that as soon as you qualify for that very first property, you're good. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, you only have to qualify once. And then, well, let me be very clear with you. Not every lender understands how to do this. Okay, I'm just going to lay it out there on the table. Not every lender understands what we do at Lifestyles Unlimited. AMP Lending is one of those entities out there that is a part of our vendor program. And as a result of that, they understand our business model. As a matter of fact, the guys that own AMP are members of Lifestyles Unlimited too. And as a result of that, they make sure that they're offering products to our members that will help them achieve the objectives that they've laid out for themselves. It's that simple. Yeah, trust me. The only thing that should keep you from owning 10 single-family properties in 10 months is just a lack of available cash resources. Yeah, I'm serious, because like I said, once you qualify for that first one, you're good all the way through that 10. Now, there are limitations that are put on borrowers by government agencies. Well, let's call them pseudo-government agencies. They're quasi-government, private, public. I'm not sure what these things are. Okay, I'm talking about Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. Okay? I used to know what these things were, but they've become so convoluted, I don't even care anymore. But I do know this. They control the majority of the mortgage products that are out there in existence in the United States. So they're kind of a big deal. Now, they do set a limit that says you can only have 10 loans in your name. Okay, totally fine. So let me explain to you how you can get to 40 houses just based on that information right there. You ready for it? You get 10 loans in your name with Fannie products. Then you get 10 loans in your name with Fannie Mae products. And then your beautiful spouse, whom you're married to, gets 10 loans in their name under Freddie, and then 10 more loans in their name under Fannie. Okay, that's 40 loans right there. So what if you want to go to 41 properties? Not a problem. Just go out and find a lender that will do portfolio lending or just doesn't give you government-backed stuff. Maybe it's going to cost you a little bit more in the form of interest, but there's no limitations. And that's what I'm trying to point out to you. There should be no limitations on anything that you're trying to accomplish when it comes to real estate investing. Now, here's another event that we offer as part of the Expo that trust me, it's always like standing room only. The tax panel. Yeah, you heard me correctly. The tax panel. Everybody seems to have an interest in understanding how taxes work. Because if you think about it, the government is your silent partner in everything you do in real estate. They are your silent partner. They actually expect you to do well. Because when you do well, they do well. Sounds like a commercial I've been seeing on TV for people that want to sell you stocks. Anyway, here's the point I want to make. When we come back from the break, I'm going to talk to you about this a little bit more. Trust me, this is going to get interesting. Stick around.
Welcome back to the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show. It's time to turn up the volume and fine-tune your passive income plan so you can create the lifestyle you've always wanted.
Welcome back to the show. All right, so we were going to break. I brought up the evil word taxes. You heard me say taxes, and actually what I was talking about is our tax panel. Now, what is a tax panel? What is that? Are these people that sit in judgment upon you and levy taxes upon you? No, these are people that understand tax law. These are people that are certified public accountants. They got that CPA designation next to their name, meaning they know a whole lot more about accounting and those types of things than you and I ever want to get close to, right? Right? We're tracking, right? But we need good accountants. We do. There are really two kinds of accountants out there that you should be looking for. Yeah, there's actually two kinds. The first kind are the kinds that will be sitting on our tax panel. These are individuals that have moved away from doing taxes and actual financial applications into a world where they offer strategic and operational advice on how you can do the best job possible legally, not paying taxes. And with real estate, I tell you what, that whole beat the tax man back thing, it's so much easier to do in real estate, and it's legal. I'm not telling you to do anything illegal because that would be ill-guided on my part. But then the other part is I just wouldn't do that to you. But it is totally okay for you to understand how to keep more money in your pocket. It is totally fine. And that's what this tax panel does. This tax panel, they tackle questions that impact the beginning investor as well as the very advanced investor. Yeah. Now, you're probably wondering who that second level of CPA is that you need to have on your team. Well, it's those guys that actually do the tax work. Yeah. If you don't want to do the accounting and stuff like that, you need a very good CPA that understands our world of real estate investing. And they're going to do a great job for you. Now, here's another thing that you're going to be exposed to. And it's not like being exposed to coronavirus, which is a bad thing. No, this is the good thing. You're going to be exposed to Lifestyles Unlimited members. Yeah, there's going to be like literally 5,000 of them running around the George R. Brown Convention Center. Now, not everybody there will be a Lifestyles Unlimited member. Not everybody. There will be people like you that are not a member yet. You're actually coming to the event to check us out. I'm going to make it real easy for you. Right now, at this very moment, I'm going to make it so easy for you to get there. Send me an email at askal at luinc.com. Ask Al at luinc.com and tell me you want Expo tickets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to send you my family and friends link. Every Lifestyles Unlimited member has this power. I am not special. As a member, I can invite non-Lifestyles Unlimited members that are part of my family or that are my friends, and I can bring them to Expo for no cost. So if you shoot me that email and you want that same kind of benefit, I will send you back the link and you get yourself registered. So why do you want to be hanging out with 5,000 Lifestyles Unlimited members? Well, I guess the best way for me to equate it is let's go way, way back in our past. Let's go back to when we were teenagers. Let's go back to those days when we were teenagers and our favorite band came into town and we wanted to go see that band. Remember that level of excitement that your band was coming into town and you wanted to get those tickets and mom and dad said it was okay? That feeling of elation, just knowing that something outstanding is coming your way, that's just part of it. The other part is actually getting to that concert and enjoying the concert and actually getting what you expected out of the event. And that's exactly what happens at Expo. All of us Lifestyles Unlimited members that are available to get to Expo, we get our butts to Expo because we're going to learn. Trust me, there is stuff that even I don't know yet. There's stuff that I am still working on learning. And I am absolutely on target to achieve that learning objective. Another thing that happens that really Expo is the best place for this to occur. Now, it happens at a lot of other Lifestyles Unlimited events, but at Expo, because you have so many people there, so many like-minded individuals there, the networking opportunities are through the roof. They are through the roof. You will meet so many different people from different walks of life, different backgrounds, different roles in the real world. Some who are trying to get out of the real world and get into our Lifestyles Unlimited world. Others that are already in that world who are continuing to work on their lifestyle. And here's the thing. Nobody looks down at anybody because everybody that has achieved financial freedom, that is working on their version of the lifestyle, every one of them started at square one. Yeah, every one of us started at square one. I mean, I had to get up the courage to face, things that I thought were true, which were in some cases false beliefs. I had to get up the courage to go to that free workshop. And then I had to sit there long enough and get past myself because sometimes I'd have a tendency to believe that I know it all. Trust me, my wife reminds me that I don't. So I listened to the free workshop and I realized that there was information being presented to me that nobody else would present. And I took notice. So much so that I became a member, that I went through the 16-hour financial freedom educational seminar. That's the baseline of instruction every Lifestyles Unlimited member receives. That's the baseline of instruction that is designed to get you going and out and about on your real estate business the morning after you complete the training. That's how effective it is. When you're hanging out with people that have the same baseline of information that you do, it's easy to strike up a conversation. And a Lifestyles Expo event, the easiest thing for me to say to anybody that's there to strike up a conversation is simply, how are your investments going? It's that simple. It is so easy to network at an Expo event because like-minded people are to your left, to your right, to your front, to your back. They are all around you. And they are all there for the same reason you are there. To either achieve retirement if they have not done that, and if they have achieved retirement, to focus on building that lifestyle. It's a beautiful thing. There's some other classes that we're going to offer. I'm not really interested in turning this into a commercial for you going to the Expo because I guess might have to admit something to you that I might be a little bit scared to admit to you. You ready for it? We may have underplanned for this Expo. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we may have underplanned for this Expo because I'm looking at all the different events that we have, and just about everything is already sold out, and it's been sold out for a while. I'm wondering if I just need to have a conversation with Dell and say, what if we double it next year? What do you think, Dell? What if we double it? If we double it next year, I believe we would have at least 10,000 people there because there's over 50,000 members of Lifestyles Unlimited. And even though you may be thinking, oh, well, there it is right there. There's the rub. There's 50,000 members. Therefore, 50,000 members have already taken ownership of the real estate horizon. And that's not true. That's not true. See, we believe in something called an abundance mentality. We do. Which means that even though there's 50,000 of us that are Lifestyles Unlimited members and we're active and we're out there buying, owning, and operating real estate, we cannot control all of the real estate that's out there. No, we cannot control it all. Lifestyles Unlimited is not this major market force mover. No, that's not how we exist. We only exist to help you get to retirement so much faster than you possibly could have gotten based on the game plan you're following right now. And when you come to Expo, after you send me that email at askal@luinc.com, and I send you back that link so that you can get yourself signed up free of charge. When you come to Expo and you start opening your mind, you start opening your horizons, you start understanding what the possibilities are, everything's going to just start falling into place. That's just kind of the way it works.
Del Walmsley on how to live the lifestyle.
What would you recommend as an investment strategy, either single family and or multi-family or passive investing? Well, let's take the last question first. I could get you to a result with either one of those three different ways to invest, either by single family or by owning your own multifamily, small multifamily IRO deal, or by being a part of a big deal. You will get there quicker by owning your own single family or your own IRO deals. Because if you're a passive in somebody else's syndication, they're taking some portion of whatever the profit is. Now in our deals, the largest amount a syndicator can take is 20% override. So that means for every dollar you would earn, he would be getting 20 cents of your dollar as an overriding pay for putting the deal together and managing the property. He also gets a management fee, which is a company that runs the property, actually runs the property, which may or may not be the same person. Could be the same person who was a syndicator, it could be another management company. If you own your own property, you number one, get rid of the override. Whether it's a single family or a small multifamily, you get rid of the override. That's a 20% increase in your profitability right away. So if you were going to make a 10% return, you're only going to make an 8. If you were going to make an 8 passively, you're going to make a 10. If you were going to make a 100% return, you would only make 80. If you did it yourself, you'd make 100.
If you want to go to Expo, shoot me that email at askal@luinc.com. And I'm looking forward to seeing each and every one of you.
The Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show is for entertainment purposes only. Please consult a professional regarding your personal investment needs. Nothing presented on the Lifestyles Unlimited Real Estate Investor Radio Show constitutes an endorsement, recommendation, offer, or solicitation to buy or sell any product or security.